everybody, and guess what? Today is another Tuesday, and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I am so delighted to have a great friend of mine here, and as you know, caregiver Salud Salinda will be sharing the reunion of love. So why don't we go ahead and just get started? But please share this because this will be an amazing tribute to our good friend Tom Williamson. So please share and enjoy the show, and let's get started. All righty, let's go. Let's bring on Salud Salinda. Good morning, Salud.
Hello.
Okay. Look at me trying to figure this thing out. Oh my goodness. Salud, how are you?
Great. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just trying to figure out everything. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And Salud, so good to see you again.
Thank you. Great to see you too.
Took me a minute. Okay.
I see the comments.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So then we don't have to highlight them. So, but Salud, it's so good. You know, I know we have a ton of pictures and videos from Tom, and we want to share them.
Yes.
So do you want to start out and tell us about, because most people know you, and but there are a lot of people I can see that are new, and we could take time out here and there to say hello, but everybody, your comments up so we can see them all. So go ahead, Salud. Drum roll for you.
Yeah, let me tell you how Tom and I actually knew each other in 7th grade. That's when I went to visitation school. I was the new girl in school there. And in 8th grade, Tom and I were boyfriend, girlfriend for a minute. And I always say that. And I told him years later, I said, you broke my heart in 8th grade. That's why I never got married. He got married twice. And we re-met at our 40-year high school reunion. But a good friend, Kat McGregor Lockhart, actually spearheaded this, getting the grade school 7th, 8th graders together at that reunion, because many of the people were going to either St. Bernard's or Westchester High School.
Right.
Oh, yes. And I saw somebody say salud means health. And yeah, it does mean health in Spanish. Toast your health. Greetings. God bless you. My dad named me well because I was a healthy baby.
That's right.
And that's the beginning of Tom and Salud. And that's why this is the reunion of love, because we did re-meet in 2010, but he was still married at that time. And shortly, a few months later, his wife of 30-something years passed away. And Tom and I and some of the others had exchanged numbers and exchanged Facebook things and, names and whatever. Well, Tom was stalking me on Facebook. So when he was ready, he thought, oh, she looks like fun. And he contacted me to help with another reunion at visitation school. And I said, good thing you didn't ask me for a date, because I would have said no, because you broke my heart. But anyway, that was in 2013. So there is a picture of that. Do you want to try to picture?
Oh yeah, there's so many pictures.
I know. It's the one with visitation. Remember when I was, it's us and then the band behind us.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
You guys.
Well, we'll go through the picture. We'll go through them anyway. So let's. This is.
Buddy.
Look at Tom.
Yes, this is a wedding this is our wedding on August 10th, 2014. And he actually asked me to marry him. There it is. There's the reunion of love.
Yes.
And we had it in a park. It was actually a 4-day event. And it started on Thursday, August 7th, for a dinner at a mariachi place for the people out of town, and also whoever in my wedding planning committee. I had a committee because we had fun, you know. And so that was the dinner. Oh, okay, hold on. Wait for this one is okay. When Tom asked me to marry him, I said there's only one place I will go to. And the story behind this is this family, I know them for years, since the 70s.
Wow.
And the gal behind the children is the mom, Amelia. And then this is their family, kids, grandkids, and everything. But Hector had actually passed away the year before. Tom had asked me to marry him. And when we went to the jewelry store in September 2013, okay, see, this goes really fast because we skipped that one picture. But anyway, it's okay. We'll get to it. So you guys just have to listen and keep the story straight. Anyway, I asked the daughter, and she's kneeling in the black and white striped. And I said, can you just show me anything that your dad made, rings? And so there was this one ring, and it's the ring that I chose. And when she went home later that day, she said, hey, Mom, guess who's getting married? And which ring that she chose. And when she described the ring, her mom said he made that for her.
Wow. Wow.
And that was a year before. He passed away the year before, but they were always wanting me to get married. And he would always try to buy my dog, my Dodger Blue, for $10.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
So anyway, that was 2014 when we got married, but we got the ring. Here it is.
That's it.
And they added the guard around it. So anyway, and that's what I told Tom. And then he realized that was so this is the first Valentine's Day gift he gave me.
Is that the frog?
No, not the frog, the heart.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
And Hector made that also way before he passed away.
Wow.
So very special family, and a lot of people are very special, but yeah. So
exactly. I definitely want to bring some of these videos up because they're absolutely
and you guys will
precious.
With the story.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to jump into this one.
Because he had fun with these videos.
Let's see. That's not it. Look at this. Okay.
That's okay, Jerry.
I know. It's
yes, Patricia. She said she loves the necklace. There and actually the frog, while he's trying to find the video, the frog I bought a couple of years ago here in Napa because Tom loved frogs. And so now, yeah, you frog, Jerry.
Mike.
So now I'm going to wear these too.
I found it.
Okay, perfect. Oh, this is one of the caregivers, and Tom knew that I was filming to see him looking, and I was sitting at the dining room table. Now watch him.
That's right, Tom.
Gotta love him.
Remember I said,
Here he goes, walk back up.
Dance the night away? There you go.
That's right. Exactly. You've got so many precious videos that we've uncovered here.
Yes. and I have more, but that's why it's like, wait, we're trying to limit this time.
Right foot.
And now watch this. This is now they're walking back.
Right. Right.
And this is one of our caregivers, Ryan. And
Is this the same one?
yeah, he's a caregiver, but he really worked with Tom. Now watch. See, Tom is already still dancing away. Yep, he was a joker, and he is funny.
Tom.
I love these comments. Thank you guys for the comments.
Yeah, yeah. Please
Now
share
watch-
this too.
Now watch this. He knows still that I'm filming.
Everyone fan over here?
This is 2016.
That's right.
So he had his massive ischemic stroke March 31st, 2015, just 7 months after we got married.
Right.
Notice, you know, and there is one picture at the subacute.
Yes. And
I had so many pictures because I documented right from the get-go as a teacher. Bust a move, Tom. I like that, Carolyn. It's such a joker.
he is.
Funny.
This is great. I have another one I really have to bring up.
Yes. Oh.
I got it.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
What?
That was at Rancho Los Amigos, and that I think was January. So he had already been discharged from Rancho Los Amigos. He was only there for 3 weeks, from August 24th, 2015 to September 15th, 2015.
Right.
And but they had this para golfer.
Yeah.
Live, and they need at least two patients to go and use the paragolfer. And even after he got discharged, once a month they had golfing. And so I took him every month for quite a while. And the only charge was like $25 a quarter to
Wow.
participate in any of their programs, except for paid ones. But yeah, and we could have gone there for the gym and so it's a great facility, and it is a county facility. At first I was going, oh, county, yuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was the best. And actually in my stories today, there's Tom playing basketball. It'll just be there for 24 hours. I posted it a few hours ago, like it's
Yes. Right.
And yeah, so he got the basket, and he's standing. That was 2015.
I don't have that picture. I have. Here's another one. You're obviously going.
I would either go on Facebook stories or Instagram.
Right.
Take a moment to check in personal life.
Hey, Tom.
So
Yeah.
that was actually our flight to Kauai, February 12th,
Nice.
20. Okay, so now this is 2020 now, and that was just before the pandemic.
Right.
Was in the nursing facility, skilled nursing facility. Anyway, and I was there 18 hours a day. But in the beginning of February, they said, well, he can get discharged anytime now. This is after they already caused some issues. But
Yeah.
anyway, Tom, I said, okay, and I met with the social worker. He was great, from Kaiser. And I said, well, how many days do you need to arrange for everything to be delivered and all that? And Christine saying we had a wonderful time. Yeah, Christine and her husband came for the first week.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice. And look at the comment here from I will never forget the amazing experience when she danced with Tom at my wedding reception. You see that?
Yes, he so obviously loved music and dancing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Prayer Life Music. I'd have to look to see, or they can message me later. Yes, he was the original warrior, Bruce, from
Yeah.
Massachusetts. Anyway, so that clip was on the flight on February 12th. So
Right.
I told the social worker, I said, well, how about February 10th? That was a Monday of 2020. And he says, yeah, that should give us enough time to get everything arranged.
Yeah.
So I said, good, because February 12th, we're on a plane to Kauai. I had told Tom, okay, we have this all planned. We're going to go. And Christine Walker and her husband came. And Christine actually made these two wonderful, wonderful cards with pictures of Kauai and different things, positive stuff. And she came in January on a Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday, whatever night. At 8 o'clock, I'm standing outside Tom's room and I'm looking down the hall and I see the elevator opening and I'm going, that's Christine, you know. And now, okay, this was in Santa Monica and she lives in San Diego. She's not just down the street, which she did say, if you need any help, I'm just down the street. And I said, down the street, are you here in LA? No, I'm in San Diego. And I'm like, I know. And it's not like a 10-minute drive.
Right.
And when she was leaving, that's traffic time. Because
Yeah. Oh.
8, she had to have left in the height of traffic. So it's like, oh my goodness, you know. So yeah, she came up, and Carolyn Ashley says that's a world-renowned hospital. The
Yes.
Rancho Los Amigos rehab. Yes, it is. People go there for rehab.
Exactly. And here's one that really is probably going to touch everybody as well. So let's see it right now.
Hi, everybody.
Who loves you, Tom?
Oh, that's cute.
You think I do?
Yeah,
And who loves me?
I do
You do how much?
a whole lot.
Okay, and we're happy right now, aren't we?
Very.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, that was up here, you know, because right now I'm in Napa, California.
Yes.
That was at the Vallejo Kaiser. He had 2 membership numbers, one for Southern California and one for Andrea Davis. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
That's my sister-in-law.
Oh, wonderful.
They got
Well, thanks for being here.
I do that video, but I didn't send it to you. Andrea, that's so funny. I remember that they got married in June 2018. And of course, Tom was there, and she's dancing with him, and he's dancing, and there is a picture of me holding him up and dancing. Yeah. So, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister.
Here's another one, but not a video. This is a great picture because I think we all joked around. Well, you joked around a lot of this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let me explain this one. This one was at the subacute, where they sent him after flying him down from and we flew down. I flew down with him that time, and my cousin Frankie and Lulu, they were up here also with the day that Tom passed away on March 26th. But anyway, they drove our car down from Napa down to where we lived, dropped off the car, and then flew home to back up to San Jose. But here he was sent after a week at the Kaiser in West LA. They sent him to Providence Little Company of Mary in San Pedro. And it was a cute place. It like a little house. And he was so funny because it's like he was a Houdini. And here at this point, they had moved him from a 3-person place to this, because notice they had him close June 2018. Yeah, June 2018, he danced with the bride at your brother's wedding. Oh, wait a minute. So Prayer Life Music is not my sister-in-law. He danced with me, the bride, at your brother. Now I see the whole sentence. Yeah, Andrea is my sister-in-law, and actually, they came a few times to the subacute, and one time Steve stayed with Tom because Tom was, oh my gosh, he needed a sitter all the time, and Andrea and I went up the street and had a pedicure manicure. So even then, I was getting to like, okay, time out. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Got to take care of yourself.
And Stacy Kovacs, you just interviewed her a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Something, it disappeared. Anyway, something about
Stacy Kovacs.
effervescence. Stacy Kovacs.
Yep. Let's see.
But it disappeared. Anyway, so
I'm gonna find
you're
it.
gonna show another picture.
I've got tons.
I know.
Let's see here. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. We're going to go through another picture here that I think is another special. This one is.
Okay, let me explain this. This is the middle picture is Steve Melia, and he's one of our Platinum World Council members with our company.
Right.
And we had a team, he got some tickets because he's a big New York fan. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Tom, of course, was American League fan, Angels, and that's us down there. And yes, I am pointing, but and Tom's hat is on sideways. And there's on the right-hand side, as you're looking at it, that's Brian with us. That's the caregiver that was walking him. And there he is, so he was in his wheelchair, and we were able to we didn't get to sit with everybody else that was there. And then in the top picture, you see the blonde and the guy right behind. Okay. That's Nikki and Brad Hall. And they actually came up to Napa when he had his stroke. We were already planning to be up here and go wine tasting, but I told them, hey, come up anyway and go wine tasting. Well, they came to the hospital, to the ICU, with a bottle of wine and
important things.
Yeah, Tom's there all hooked up and everything, and we're drinking wine, and like, hey, and he was out of it. So, but they just came up also on for the day. Okay, so he passed away the 26th. They came up Saturday the 27th, and spent some time with me, and then also on the 28th, then we went and had brunch and everything. So very, I have so many special, all of the social media, as Yvonne says, the what's that called? The invisible friends, whatever, the other kind of friends. But you know what? Like I've said before, everyone is very real to me, to the support. And that's why, yes, I have my moments. Yes, I have my crying times and everything. But, all the love and the continuation. And, sometimes I will start crying because, here I go. He came back into my life. And it was a short time. Invisible. Invisible. And, oh, no, you also said something else, Yvonne. Invisible and imaginary friends. There you go. You're not imaginary. You're very real. And yes, Lynn, Imaginary friends. And Lynn said great memories. Exactly. And I'm going to share some other things too, because, oh my gosh, I'm trying to hurry up and talk fast. Jerry.
No, you're please. And I love Brooke's comment too. I'll always remember you and Tom dancing at happy hour. It was so fun, and he always was so happy, and so were you. I loved it.
Yes.
This is terrific. Yeah.
And Vaughn saying boxing gloves. Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? He knew how, oh, here, okay, I'll tell you. But he knew how to turn those boxing gloves so
Oh,
that
yeah.
he could get out of them. He
Yeah.
was teeny. So this picture is at visitation. This was some of the grade school friends. The one in red to the right of me is Dick Lehner. And his older sister actually was my history teacher in high school.
Wow.
And of course, there's Tom, and then to all the way to the right, the one with the dark glasses and dark blue shirt is Mike Delamico, and in front of him is his girlfriend Lisa Renee. And then right behind Tom, the blonde, is Kat McGregor Lockhart. And she's the one that actually got the whole thing planned with the reunion of the grade school and the 40th high school reunion.
Yeah.
And then right behind her in the red shirt with the guitar, on Facebook, he's John Mancino, but we know him as Dennis. There's a whole story behind that. And then all the way in the black shirt. So they play music, and Tom and I have gone down to Dana Point to listen to them, you know, and so anyway, that's Doug Smith.
Dana Point.
Dana Point. Yep.
Yeah.
So
we'll never forget that day, that weekend where I met up with you and Tom and Barb and spent the weekend with you guys, and it was so beautiful. We had just such a great time.
That was August 2019. That's when I scared you, letting Tom get into the car by himself.
I don't have a picture of that.
I know. I do have a video of him doing that, and I was by myself videotaping him.
Right.
I shared that. I will share it again.
My
I will
gosh.
share it on Instagram. So eventually. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, it goes on my grid there, and then it goes to IGTV if it's a certain, you know, over so many seconds.
Right. And look how strong Tom is.
And these are our friends, John Logenet and Andrea Kim, and they're with the Sierra Club. And for a while, I was a Sierra Club leader. I did the tiny tots. That was my level, you know.
Right.
But and then Andrea and I actually led a trip to China with some, you know. So, and John, that's how I did a few trips with John and Andrea with being a participant, and so they're really good friends.
Wow.
Yeah, and look at how Tom. Okay, now this is at the 40-year high school reunion of Westchester High, because remember I graduated from St. Bernard's, and the one in black is Bill Core, and they were friends from like kindergarten age, 5 years old, till 15, he said, and then they reconnected in high school. And then the one next to him is Mick Richter, who passed away a few years ago. And then I don't know who that gal is next to Tom.
Yeah.
That was their dinner thing, and I showed up late.
Oh.
I was too, you know, it's like, oh, I don't want to go to dinner. And that's Tom. And at that time, he was still married. This is 2010. And I think
okay.
it was August. Anyway, and his wife of 30-something years was there with a girlfriend of hers.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So then he was able to go around and talk to all his friends. Look at me, I'm fixing my hair. No.
Yeah, you know, no, but it's really good, as Delia says, exactly right, that you are so good with dates, times and dates.
Somebody said that?
Yes, right there at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, Delia from Ireland.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Is great with dates.
It's
Yeah,
nice to see
well,
you, Stacey.
you know what? I try to help people with, with the memory thing. Sometimes I'll forget things, but that's how I'm keeping, because I'll be 69 in August. And she's still, yes, she is. Okay, Christina's agreeing. And I'm new to Let's Talk Stroke. I enjoy all the interviews and talks. Love it.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Gary.
Yes.
Mike, when I was in hospital, the nurse came in and I was breaking my heart. And she said, what's wrong? I said, I'm happy as I was watching you in the chapel. Oh, sharing your moment. It made me want to fight.
Good for you, Mike.
Yes. Yeah, you guys, I do a lot of lives in the chapel. And actually, his memorial will be up here in Napa.
Yeah.
We're aiming for the beginning. I'm going to find out, hopefully, the date. And we'll figure out a way to put it on Facebook, on the whatever it is. I know, on the Thomas Lude's Real Life Redo, or else on my I don't know. I know to the Salinda clan, and then so it is special up here because this was where Tom had his massive escape.
Right.
March 31st, 2015. And then this is where he made his transition, and it was it was quick.
Yeah.
But he was comfortable. Oh, hi, David Wu from Nova. You're
right here.
There he is up there. And
there it is, David. And by the way, just to take time out, this show is brought to you by Modus Nova. And the hand mentor that I use is in the picture above. So thank you. Love it, David.
yes.
So, but yeah, I love this. Just like, I forgot the name already, Prayer. Tom was so happy because Salud poured her entire life into caring for Tom night and day, and including him in her happy, full life, no matter the efforts it took. So true, Salud.
Thank you, Andrea. Yeah, and actually, I'm going to share some other things too, if we're done with the pictures. This took passion and imagination and something. I can't see it because the little thingy is in the way. The Let's Talk Stroke.
Yes, right.
Parallel determination, I think. If I can, yeah.
Yes.
And that's from Andrea.
Yes.
So thank you for all the comments and everything too, because this is just sharing our life, and that it is. Some people are like, oh my gosh, because I stayed single all those years.
Right.
It wasn't like I didn't get offers, but
oh my goodness.
I didn't love anybody, enough.
Yes. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So it took, passion and imagination, unparalleled determination.
Right.
Got that. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the thing is sometimes I had to. You haven't shared the NOLA French Quarter picture, but
which one? Oh, okay.
Where we were going to go.
Yeah, I'm making my rounds.
I'll share while you're finding it. He started. Oh, there it is. Okay.
There it is.
And you see, I have the date there. That's how sometimes I can remember things. It was September 13th, 2016. It was Restaurant Week in NOLA, but we were there for leaders at all levels with our company. And so we were staying at the host hotel, but then the convention center was west of it or something. And then the French Quarter was east of where we were. And I would just wheel him around on that wheelchair. Now, of course, it looks like he's the one drinking. Well, not me. It looks like he's the one eating. No, me.
Is that gumbo?
Huh?
Is that gumbo there?
Probably. No, I don't know. I can't remember what I ate. I guess I should have put it down. But look how good he looks.
Well, you always did.
Yeah, and that was in 2016. And I was going to say his first trip. Okay, he had the stroke March 2015, and his first trip down to San Diego was actually February 2016, and that was a driving trip. And then March of that same year, 2016, I took 2 caregivers on our first flight to
Wow.
Oklahoma, OKC, because that's where our company had the convention. And Tom actually went to OKC 3 times, so, but the first time I had 2 caregivers, the second time was 1. And the third trip that we took, there were none. I just figured, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
See, Yvonne, thank you. See, people make fun that I'm eating a lot of broccoli, but it's paying off. Oh my goodness. I have other pictures here too. I know so many. I love this one. That's
Okay.
blue.
Yeah, that was a couple days after we got married, because my little guy, little Dodger Blue, spent the weekend at his other home because I traveled a lot. But they were the best kennel because they loved him so much and he was old here. He was already 16 and a half, and he hung out because back in January of 2014, I thought I was going to have to put him down. But he stuck around until a month after Tom and I got married, and then we had to put him down because he was in pain.
He hung in there.
He hung in there. He wanted to make sure that I was going to be taken care of.
I know, and I do. I downloaded all the pictures you sent me, and they're small on my screen until I pull them up. So I could bring the same pictures up, and
Okay.
forgot.
Keep on talking.
Yeah, no, this is great. This picture?
Okay. This is December 2013. This is engaged
yeah.
in Coronado at my brother Stanley. He's the doctor, and my sister-in-law Linda at their home. And see that smile?
Absolutely.
Both smiled. And see
I do want to say one thing. My whole family had crushes on Tom. All the girls in my family. I got a lot of them. I'm looking at that.
Yeah. He good-looking man.
Very, very.
And
Absolutely.
very sweet. Kind
Yeah.
of. I was the toughie.
I always say, that poor Tom.
Yeah.
Let's see. I had another one here.
Okay, now remember Bill Core,
Yep.
and friends from kindergarten, 5 years old, and then Kat McGregor Lockhart, and then of course Tom, and this was back in 2016, 2015, something like that. I have the date there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Big smile. And,
Absolutely.
this was in 2015. You know why? I can see how his shirt is buttoned up. I can see that he still had his trach, and so I had to actually sort of we had to tie it down.
Oh my God.
Had that trach 2 times. Wow. 2 times. And it's like, oh my goodness, and so October 7th, 2015, the doctor said, okay, you know what? He can breathe, so let's cap the thing.
Right.
And then after a week, they did take it out. And so, yeah. So he actually he kept on pulling out that doggone trach. And Rancho Los Amigos made sure I knew how to replace the trach. So I had to do it. And luckily I did, because when the third night that he was home, the
Right.
Angela was sitting there and she goes, "Oh my God, Salud, he just pulled it out." And I went, "Oh, great."
He was always fumbling around with everything.
He was a fiddler.
Yes.
Fiddler. He liked to take things apart and put them back together.
Oh my goodness.
He pulled out his G-tube one time, and with his shirt on and the binder, and the binder was still on, and the G-tube was just sitting on the side, and I thought, oh my gosh.
You're very strong, Salud.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have.
Let's see here. Did I bring them up? Oh, yeah, we already went through this one. It's a great looking couple. Who is that?
Well, I know. Oh, that's Teresa Consmo. Sandy's a gorgeous couple.
Yeah.
Teresa.
Yeah.
And then Carolyn said best pick yet. I'm assuming that was probably the Houdini one. I don't know.
Oh, now I got one here that reminds me of me when I was in the hospital. Talking to the birds.
Yes, he talked to the birds. That's his sister and brother-in-law's bird up in Gray Eagle. And notice he had a glass of wine. So this is in I think it was 2014, 2013, 2014. Anyway, obviously it was before his stroke.
Yes.
Because he's still drinking and he's still walking and talking.
That's a great picture, though. Absolutely.
Yeah. And remember yesterday when we were talking, who else was talking to the birds?
I know. Exactly.
Two little swallows or whatever, and they were on the door of the chapel. And
yes.
Open. And I was like, "Oh no! Don't fly in there! Go, move!"
Right. We were video chatting yesterday. If anybody doesn't know, we were video chatting. You were walking and showed me the chapel, and the swallows were on the door to go in. And you asked the gal. She says they do go in there, don't they?
Yeah, but wow. I'm like, do they fly out? Because a bird did fly into our house, and I think it just went down the chimney. But
right.
Let me just share this real quick.
Please.
So, okay, I have to share that, through the time that Tom was in the hospital, I was posting updates for people on Facebook, along updates for Tom. And then I would copy and paste that to an email for anybody that wasn't on Facebook. So I'm going to read this really quick.
Oh, yeah.
But it was August 13th, 2015. And so he was still at the subacute. And so Tom update, I need some visitors. So whenever I went out of town, I had visitors for Tom all set up for Tom while I'm away. Please contact me if you can help. List of dates is at the end of this post. Our first anniversary was Monday, August 10th. And so I made sure I was there for the anniversary at the subacute. We had Ruts Cafe cater lunch for 120 people because I wanted to thank the staff, the medical staff there. We wanted to thank the staff and our angel support team. That was the people that volunteered and also part of our wedding. Not all of them, because we had invited 350, well, I had invited 350 people to the wedding. So we probably had about 30 of our friends. Anyway, his video swallow test. Oh, Tom continues to do well with PT-OT speech. His video swallow test will be on Monday, August 17th. Suzette Barden, will take my place and will accompany, and she's a nurse practitioner, retired from UCLA, but she still works, so Tom Kaiser. I'm now in San Francisco for my family reunion and will head to Napa 8/17 to the 23rd. It's so close. It's like, come on. Please let me know if you're available to visit Tom. And I listed some dates. And of course, people signed up for those. And the subacute was so surprised that he was never alone. I made sure that during the day, in the mornings, that he was available for all the therapies. And I asked them to do it in the morning because then I'd have people come in the afternoon. I want to thank Bruce Wolschlager for taking the first day, 8/12, with Tom. Emmeline Katoa, and those two actually stayed overnight with Tom when I was in India in April 2017 to make sure he didn't get out of bed so that one of the caregivers could go to sleep for a little while. We'll be there on Thursday, 8/13, and also Saturday, 8/15. So I put down the dates: Bill Core, Saturday, 8/15, and some other people listed here, so I had all the people, and this was on the Facebook update. Worry Less, Live More, Salute, and then I put that, and then what's that called? I had a collage, and the collage in the book, and I didn't share it here, but the collage is from our first anniversary at the subacute, so anyway, and then there's another one that quickly was Tom has moved 8/24/15. Tom is now at Rancho Los Amigos International Rehabilitation Center in Downey. And then I put down some other stuff. So anyway, I had everything documented. And this is actually from July 2015 to December 31st, 2015.
Absolutely amazing. Great stories that you got that book.
Yes.
Great memories.
And then I have a bigger book. And
Wow.
This is my Facebook book, and this has a lot of our travels, and there's a lot of pictures and things. And this one is mostly pictures and of the different things that we did. And he did travel a lot. I'll just share that real fast. He went to OKC 3 times. San Diego for our team event once, and this is after his stroke. And then he also went to Houston, and then during that time we also drove down to Galveston, and then he went to. I'm not doing them in order at this point.
Yeah, Hawaii.
NOLA, yes, Hawaii twice.
Yes.
Once in 2018 and then just now 2020.
Amazing.
And then and I know I posted one of our friends singing to us, and that we were in Oahu in 2018 and then flew over to Kauai, and then in 2018 just spent the whole time in Kauai.
Wow.
Then he also went to New York, Virginia, Maryland.
But that's great. You didn't let the stroke define him. He went everywhere.
He did. He even went to Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, and to Tennessee, to Nashville, Tennessee, and we didn't stay at the host hotel just because it's an older place, and I like to have room.
Yeah.
It's like I'm used to, like a timeshare. And so we stayed probably about almost a mile away.
Wow.
I got my exercise.
Yeah, you're wheeling him around. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I think that's it. Oh, no, we also went to Salt Lake City.
But, yep, the business meeting.
Yep. Yep. But again, I always stayed at least a week. The trainings and conventions would only be a few days, but I'd go a few days before and a few days after.
Yeah.
So he got to travel, and I really felt that that was important, and we were fortunate to be able to do it.
Right. Right.
And so that's, let's see, God just brought back a memory. Pigeons would come into my hospital room and sit under the bed and on it. Salud would love it.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
Fun.
I know that, Yvonne.
Oh, and
But
then Lynn
wow.
used to breed parakeets years ago. And then Brad LeMay says cardinals. Jenny loves cardinals.
Yes. Nice.
Hey now.
Exactly. So, anything else? I mean, as a caregiver, what else could you share as far as those people out there? There's a lot of caregivers out there are watching, and how can we? I mean, what have you been through?
The thing is okay. I was a teacher, and I also went to physical therapy and occupational therapy for myself.
Oh yeah.
And yes, there you go, Brad. Hey now. And Tom, I would say, Tom, his name begins with B, and Tom would say, Brad, hey now.
Yes.
And that's my way, and I still do it on our Tom and Salud's Real Life Redo.
Yes.
And which is going to be in half an hour. Let's see if a little bit over half an hour. But I was doing that to help my memory and to acknowledge people coming on to our page.
Right.
And so the thing with Tom, he always looked like he was either asleep or not paying attention. And I'll share something what he did. Anyway, when I would say, hey, so-and-so, whoever, but like Brad, his name begins with a B, and he would say, Brad, hey now, right away.
No, I know.
And then I'd say, who writes the book of love, or who writes the book of poetry that we use for his speech?
Yes.
And he goes, Yvonne Kant-Pateras. And then I'd say, where is she from? Athens, Greece. So he was listening to all that. Even with Lynn, he'd say Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And Christy Starr, he'd say Wisconsin. And so you just think he was listening. In 2016 or 17, Brian and Tom, I guess it was 2016, Brian and Tom were getting certified in our company to be able to market one of our memberships that needs a certification for. So Tom, I had them on two separate computers, and Brian would play the videos and then read the things because Tom really couldn't. And we thought, Tom's asleep. Well, they had to take a quiz at the end of each section, and they had to get, well, we all did, anybody that was doing it had to get at least a 70% or higher. Tom was getting 90 to 100%.
Wow.
And the rest of us are having to look back at notes and everything else, and he's not taking any notes, he's just listening, and because that just showed how smart he was. And he always teased me that when we were in 7th and 8th grade that I was terrible in math. And I'm like, I wasn't. Because you were always asking me for the answers,
Oh my gosh, exactly.
And then Andrea is saying something. I can't see the whole thing.
Let's see here.
Because it goes behind that little.
Yeah, I could see it on the chat below. It says, these travels are astounding. Salud did not let the stroke stop her for loving and happy life with Tom.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Because the thing is I always traveled before Tom. It's like, well, I'm not stopping.
We're not stopping. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Well,
yes.
Salud, this was great. I'm so glad we got on here to share some great memories, and I know there's so many more, and obviously we'll do this again. And
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say. You did a great job, and I love looking at all these memories. And I'm so glad that I personally met you both, and spent a weekend with you guys. And what a great time.
Well, it was a really great time with you and Barb and Joni, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, Barb's
And
stepmom. Yeah,
breakfast, yeah, at breakfast that one day.
right.
And um and that's why I say anybody, in our path, I'll go knocking on your doors.
Yeah,
And that was the plan because now I am leading the nomad life.
yeah,
And
yeah,
because I'm selling the condo. The condo hopefully is sold soon.
yeah,
And I'll get the camper van, and many people are doing it now.
yeah. Exactly.
The van that I want to get, yes, you can stand in it. Yes, there's a little kitchen. Yes, there's a toilet. There's a bed, and it actually can fit in a regular parking space. The
Yeah.
size I get, it's probably anywhere from I think it's 21 feet long or something. Anyway, and I'm used to backing up our van.
Oh yeah,
So,
I
so
know.
yeah. So anyway, that was great meeting you guys and spending that time together, and you getting scared that when I had
Letting him get in the van by himself.
and yes, and this was really you for asking me to
Oh, absolutely.
say.
We'll be doing another one. I know we're planning on one.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? I appreciate everybody being here, and you guys should tune in a half hour to Salud and Tom's real life redo. It's on Facebook, so please look into it and be there. Do you want to say anything on that? Because it's your show. And lastly, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to Let's Talk Stroke YouTube.
Yes, and get the notifications.
Yes, click the
Because
bell.
right now, it's still, Facebook is still not letting me do the event.
Yeah, crazy
I
stuff.
why. And everyone, Tom has not requested a friend request or anything. If you do get one,
Yeah,
report that person, block and say impersonating somebody and somebody that you know, and then put Tom Williams. But because the real Tom Williamson, I'm still keeping his page open,
right.
but he only has, I think I deleted some people, probably only about 70 friends. And so, but definitely do not accept a friend request. And I saw that because I looked at his friend list and I saw some people I'm deleting because they were not, whoever did that.
Right.
Anyway, and I changed his password.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I changed it. So, be really careful. And let's see, be there. Stacy's saying something.
Be there. You want to see. Oh, there it goes. Be there. Yeah.
Your show on the road will be delightful. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But now I am continuing with the Tom and Salud real life redo with the Qigong, the breathing, stretching, relaxation exercise, another thing, and another exercise, usually Monday through Wednesday. And then and then today I do have another recording of Tom.
Perfect.
Saying the poem from Yvonne Kemp Pateris's book. So I'm trying to just have his voice, but sometimes if, and this is for aphasia awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I've shared before on our show that people, are not aware of what aphasia is and get frustrated or whatever with somebody that is having that. And so the thing with Tom, many people saw his progress. And of course, it didn't just start with the poems. It started with us working with him.
Right.
But definitely, he did really make an improvement. And I've always told people, Tom was the Mr. One Word Wonder. Yeah. He'd answer with, yep, nope. You go full sentence. I made him say full sentences. But there was a process.
Yeah.
But, even towards the end, and I think today's poem, and I'll say when I recorded it.
Okay.
His voice, even when he was already, declining, and I knew that he did really well. So
He did.
thank you, everybody.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you, Modus Nova. Appreciate it. And Salud, we'll be talking here in just a few minutes.
Exactly.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.